Today, we're going to try out the London National Rail Compass. What is that exactly?
Well, we just go to take pictures and ride each national rail company that is based off a specific compass direction that terminates in London.
Fun milestone, but this is actually my 500 video. Couldn't think of a better way to market than completing this loop around London. No, it is 500 video though. He has 1,200 videos. This is JT&G.
This is LTZ 1729.
Join us on this visual review and sporting of the London National Rail Compass. This took 9 takes, by the way. Okay, so most mediocre of them all is Great Northern. We are on a Class 717 to Finsbury Park. The operator is a blatant and small subsidiary of Thameslink, and the train interiors are rather dull, with ironing board seats. The Class 717 is a pretty modern train though. The most interesting thing about this operator to me, the central London bits put these things into tunnels, just like the tube trains I guess. Really nothing special about this company honestly.
This is Old Street. This is a Great Northern service to Stevenage. We will be calling at Essex Road, Highbury and Islington, Drayton Park, Finsbury Park, Haringey, Hornsey, Alexandra Palace, Bowes Park, Palmer's Green, Winchmore Hill, Grange Park, Enfield Chase, Gordon Hill, Cruise Hill, Cuffley, Bayford, Hertford North, Watton Stone, and Stevenage.
Okay, the second one on this list is quite nice but tricky. I present to you the London Northeastern Railway, also known as LNER. Now, since it's a really express fast train style company, the nearest cooling point on the network is all the way in Stevenage, and me and LTZ 1729 are not travelling all the way there. However, since it's a really express company, they have really nice trains with lovely interiors. I go give a quick interior tour of the Class 800. Okay, since the first stop on this LNER is somewhere outside of London, I can't be bothered to check where. I'll just go inside of the LNER train and I'll just I'll just give you like an interior tour, even though I've never been on one before. Okay, this is just a Class 801. This looks nice. Yeah, let's look at that. King's Cross to Edinburgh via like York or something. Just look at those seats, you know. Kind of old. You know, it has headrests, charging, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, luggage. Yeah, this is actually pretty good, you know, for an intercity train. I don't know when this is gonna leave, but I have to hurry up. Yeah, this is pretty good. Sorry. Oh yeah, and we spotted a Class 91 and we're lucky enough to get a tune. I love the tune, but LTZ 1729, not so much. Third company on the compass was rather hard to pick since the company blatantly labelled eastwards hasn't existed for 103 years. And the C2C narrowly doesn't feel east of England on the map enough for us to like it, simply because we didn't want to. Instead, we chose Greater Anglia. Now, it's a great company because it tickles the sweet spot between express trains and commuter trains, perfectly with the Class 720 that we rode from Hackney Downs to Liverpool Street. It basically feels like if LNER and what I imagine to be C2C trains got combined together.
The next stop will be London Liverpool Street. Change for Central Line, Circle Line.
Southeastern, my local train company, the commuter railway of all time. It's just mostly a reliable A to B company, and for South East London is basically the tube replacement for us. You got a nice mix of commuter, metro and quote-unquote express services that try to skip as many stations in Kent as possible. Fun fact, I didn't even know this till recently, but HS1 is owned by Southeastern apparently, but we ain't riding that today. My favourite train at the time of saying this is obviously the Class 465. For what reason? Two reasons. The sound and secondly, all I'm going to say is I don't want the video to be too long. Anyway, enough of all the Southeastern glaze, man. At London Charing Cross, I wanted to go to Orpington, obviously. LTC 1729 on the other hand, wanted us to not travel that far out, so that we settled on Lewisham instead. Here's a Class 465 interior tour. Alright, so we're doing an interior tour of a 465, I guess, you know, because we had to redo it from April. So yeah, you just got 30-year-old seats.
Before 2030.
Yeah, they're getting withdrawn soon. You know, pretty comfortable.
It's not about 7 and 7, it's about something close.
Yeah, that's a 7 and 7 over there.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, you got your accessible seats over here, you know.
Welcome aboard this Southeastern service to London Cannon Street, calling at Petts Wood, Chislehurst, Elmstead Woods, Grove Park, Hither Green, St John's, New Cross, London Bridge, and London Cannon Street.
LTC 1729 here. Fifth on the compass is Southern, the simple company with some of the most comfiest trains for their age after the iconic Class 455 got withdrawn. I like Southern because it takes us to so much places such as Surrey, London, Ashford, Kent, surprisingly Kent for some reason, but the hourly service on the diesel, and generally anywhere that you want to go, such as Reigate, Dorking, Redhill, the airport as well, and also its brother GTR. They form many services as well to London and other places as well. Also, what I like about it is that the 377s, even though they're about 26 years old, or 25 should I say, it's very nice, quick and comfortable, except the iron board ones that were built in 2015. And sadly, on the way to Norwood Junction, we had to ride those iron board seats because most of the trains that take us to Epsom from London Bridge, they mostly use iron board seats, and yeah, they get really uncomfortable. And where my station, when there's engineering works, we have to use those sometimes, and trust me, the seats are very uncomfortable, and I prefer the Mark III and the Mark IV ones, but not the Marks V ones, because the seats are very uncomfortable. But yeah, the journey to Norwood Junction was quick as well. We saw many trains such as the 171, 378 and 377, and we could see the Great View of Selhurst Depot as well.
Compass direction number 6, we got Southeastern Railway. It seems like a larger, more similar company to Southern, and I like to see it as a commuter GWR of sorts. Waterloo Station is huge and grandiose. Clapham Junction that we went to from there was even more overcrowded but nice for spotters. GWR feels like a really commuter company obviously, and has quite boring trains after the 455s, just like Southern got vaporized. Speaking of these rolling stock, trading fees has quite disliked the Class 701 arterials that we're riding for a multitude of reasons, some of which include being 4 years late to enter passenger service, cabs so bad that the drivers rejected them, the same ironing board seats that somebody was on about in the last company, and software bugs. Yikes, bad impression for an OK company like SWR. Maybe I just haven't known the company well enough to me, because the Class 455s were just great trains. The Class 701s, they had great potential, but yeah, it didn't happen. At least the Class 350s look alright. That abomination? Not so much.
Please tell a member of our team. This is Positive.
7th on the compass is GWR. The Great Western Railway main line spanning through Western England on fast trains and all that is so... Hello? Wait, what? Okay, I'll see you then, bye. Turns out RTC 1729 takes his company instead. Well, see you guys at LNWR then. Ah!
Yes, GWR. I love the 165 because it goes throughout Gatwick Airport and Red Hill, which is the only place you can use Oyster Card. Also, I like it when it calls at South Greenford, because it's one of London's least used stations, such as Castlewell Park and Drayton Green. It's all of them are least used, and also not many people use it. I also like the fact that there's not many passengers, so it's good to transport and record. And throughout the Greenford branch, there's a lot of freight. And with the Class 800, well, I've never ridden it, but it looks nice. I've heard that it's very fast, especially at West Ealing, when I've been passed through it. Any stations, the Class 800 is really fast, and they're also very popular around. They travel as far as Bristol and Swansea, and even close to Bath. But yeah, that's my honest review for GWR.
Yeah, look at it. I think that's a toilet. Anyway, I'm gonna leave.
This is Southeastern.
Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Greenford. The next station is Greenford.
Last but not least, we have two separate brands in a trench coat trying to be one company. West Midlands Railway and London North Western Railway. Today we'll obviously be riding LNWR for the first time, and I've got loads good to say about this company. Modern rolling stock that are actually good, commuter trains that genuinely feel like mini express trains. We rode the Class 730 by the way. Good interiors and fast acceleration. Euston Station? Not so much. We hated it, especially the main concourse. We got to the end of the platform and the driver booted up the Class 730 and gave the window wipers a test, except that he left them on for a good minute and that wiper fluid was spraying everywhere. The interior I already talked about, so here it is. Railway. Just got a Class 730 here. It's actually really nice. Just gonna go to Harrow.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for Tring. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway service for Tring.
Harrow and Millstone we got off at. Just not a nice area. But the station is a haven for train enthusiasts because there's loads of fast trains like 390s and 800s. And we spotted a Class 37 clagging past too. No wonder there was like 12 train veg scattered about. Yeah, that's it for today. If you've made it to the end, thanks for watching a wonderful 500 video by JT&G featuring LTC 1729. This video took days of editing and was recorded in April and August, so you can imagine the procrastination that took place. And I'll see you in the next one.
Translation: you're a nice person and are helping out TFL.
1 milestone, but it's actually my 500th video. But wait, your friend's not recording. Oh yeah, you have to retake it. You have to retake it. You see that? This guy's new.
The train at platform 13 is the 1610 Southern service to Caterham and Tasman.
No, I'm actually waiting. Whoa, you only supposed to see this LTC 1729. You're supposed to see that's it. That's what oh, no. This is gonna be so hard. Come on. Alright, let me redo the recording. Let me redo it.